Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. Here's Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. When last we left off, we were standing here in Buckland. We had just delivered a guide to the Old Forest and something of a love letter to Miss Celandine over there. And it had come from Rollo. And Rollo and Dodric, we had been sent into the Old Forest to find out what happened to them from Wilmac over here. So we were able to give him the good news that we had found them and they were safe. I think today we are going to start running back on the epic quest again, Book 1, Chapter 10, into the Barrow Downs. If you remember, we were on the trail of strange happenings going on here in Buckland. Right over there, right behind that hill over there in Crick Hollow, is the Hobbit Hole where Frodo, Sam, Merry and Pippin, after they left the Shire, they moved into that little Hobbit hole over there, and that was going to be their cover story, that Baggins was living there while they were actually slipping out and heading for the Prancing Pony at Bree. So, while they were there, the Black Riders came crashing through Buckland. As you see here, they went through the Buckland gate, they overturned wagons, they smashed fences, broke lampposts in their haste to get over there to where Baggins was. But Baggins had already left. He and the other three companions had slipped into the Old Forest, and only Fatty was left behind to raise the alarm. Well, we talked to Fatty, and while we were talking to him, some Crebain, the evil crows, came flying in. We managed to kill several of them, but some escaped into the Old Forest. So we went into the Old Forest. We talked to Tom Bombadil. He sent us on a quest to gather lilies for his wife, Goldberry, and said he would go and find out what happened to the Crebain. He did. They went off into the Barrow Downs, and he said he had found them there and had found their master. This evil appearing woman. So we have to go and to the Barrow Downs and see if we can find the Crebain and their master and take care of them. It's a 19th level quest. We're up to 20th level now, so it should be quite doable. Let's see
Hello
what
there.
Trumrick has
Might I
here.
speak with you a moment?
Sharing the load. Alright. Picked this one up for him as well. It's another Adso's quest. I must say, I never expected the outpouring of generosity we have received. Certainly we have paid for the services we've been given, but the harvest is so great that we have no means to transport our goods to Adso's camp. I must ask you a small favor. Just outside of Brandy Hall to the south, there's a stable where I've seen Toly Brockhouse, the local woodcutter, speaking with folks. I'm certain that he'll be able to help. Could you speak with him and see if he could spare a wagon for the trip to Adso's? Let me know what he said when you're done. Alright. Since we're heading out toward the Barrow Downs, we should be passing right by Adso's camp. So we're going to go down here and we're going to talk to Toly Brockhouse. And when we get to Toly, I will rejoin you. Alright, Toly is exactly where he said he would be. We're right outside of the hay gate here. You'll remember we talked to Toly. He was the one that sent us in to find maple sap, the wood, and the mushrooms. So let's talk to Toly and ask him about a wagon.
Hello.
Trumrick Ragwort needs a wagon. I suppose I could spare a wagon and a couple mules to share the load toward the camp. Trumrick is a good fellow, and I will surely return them when he is done. With the trouble we are seeing in the Old Forest, it seems unlikely that I will have need of all my wagons in the foreseeable future. Tell Trumrick that I will send along a driver, 2 mules, and a wagon by sundown on the morrow. I should expect that he can have it back to me within a week, and if you are looking to help out around here, there is plenty to do. So most likely they sent you over here to get you started on the quest that sends you into the Old Forest. That would be my guess. Let's go back and talk to Trumrick, and we'll give him the news of the availability of a wagon. Alright, we have arrived back at the Buckland gate, so let's tell Trumrick he can get a wagon. Totally will help us. This is wonderful news. We will begin preparing the crates for loading and should get on the road by morning. We truly could not have done this without you, friend. Please take this. It should cover the cost of travels and a little more. I'm concerned for Tolly, though. What trouble could there be in the old forest? That was definitely what it was. Send you over there and get started on his quest. Mr. Haybank, meet... You have done so much, I think that it is time to meet the hobbit you've been helping, Adso Haybank. You will find that he is a caring fellow with much on his mind. Like I said, everything goes back to Adso. Remember that theory in Star Wars, in the Star Wars universe, that R2-D2 is the actual hero of the entire series because he's everywhere and knows everything? I'm beginning to think Adso is the actual hero here in the Lord of the Rings. His camp is difficult to miss as the work is happening right along the roadside. You will travel east along the Great East Road for some distance, about halfway to Bree, before you arrive. When you get there, you should be welcome. Thank you again, Gnarlo. There we go. Like I said, since we're going to be heading that way, we might as well pick up the quest. It'll be a free one to get done, and we won't have to go out of our way, other than the little detour to Tolly just then. So, we're going to head on this way. We will talk to Adso when we get there. As you see, it's just late morning. The sun rose a little while ago. But I imagine we're getting close to noon. It's still morning. But we'll be passing Adso's on the way to the Barrow Downs, so we will see you when we arrive there. And we have reached Adso's camp. By the position of the sun in the sky, it's probably about 9, maybe 10 in the morning, if anybody had clocks in this world. Although there seems to only be actually one that's ever mentioned in The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. They talk about the clock that sits on Bilbo's mantle, and that seems to be the only timepiece in the entire trilogy. So, just like it's my theory that Adso here is the mover and shaker and kind of the godfather behind all of Middle-earth, I also think that Bilbo Baggins was a Time Lord. And I think that the fact that Lord of the Rings was published a decade before Doctor Who came out, it's one of those paradoxes that just kind of adds validity to my theory. Anyway, let's talk to Adso here and see what he has to say.
Is there something I can do for you?
He may be a godfather, hobbit godfather, but he doesn't have a very good memory. You must be Gnarlo. I have been hearing a lot about you. My associate in Buckland sent along a message about your work. They speak very highly of you. I am glad to finally meet you. Would that the circumstances were better, but no reason to bother you with that now. Like I said, maybe it's the clothes. Maybe since I'm in my my rags now, maybe that's what he doesn't recognize. He's one of these the clothes makes the man type people. This, once finished, will be my inn. A dream that I've had for years, an inn that would attract the big folk and hobbits alike. You have helped me come one step closer to my dream, and for that I am in your debt. There you go. And I believe that he would have sent you off on all these quests that we did for him as well. So good. We finished that introduction. Alright. Just down the road a little ways here, and then to the right is the entrance into the Barrow Downs. And we will rejoin you whenever we reach that spot. We've now reached the path that goes up to the Barrow Downs there. We're about halfway. Bree is right over yonder. And Adso's camp is right back there. We're about halfway between the two. So we're going to go up this little hill and head into the Barrow Downs. We've been this way once before, remember, whenever we went to talk to Tom Bombadil in the first place. And you'll notice the Barrow fog and all closing in on us about the time we get in there, much like what happens in the old forest. Okay. Let's see if we can get past. We've done the quest on the unfortunate traveler there. Let's see if we can get past all these little critters here in the entranceway. Got some Bargas, the evil dogs, chasing after us. Now where we're going to head is the same place we went whenever we went in to see Tom Bombadil. Right up this hill, kind of aim for that tree up there. I was going to use my cloak if I hadn't came across that crawler. Let's lose him right quick. Oh, it was the Barghast. Okay. Let's lose them right quick. Hopefully we'll get right up here to the top of the hill without running into them again. Alright, there we go. Let's cloak up. Remember, down this hill is where that group of travelers is, and you follow the road on in, and the next destination is the Old Forest and Tom Bombadil's house. But where we're wanting to go is up this cliff here. We're going to travel along the top of this hill, and it should lead us down into a hollow. If I'm remembering correctly, it'll lead us down into a hollow where the Crebine and their master can be found. We just have to be careful we don't attract the attention of any of the whites or the various other undead while we're passing through all the Barrows here. I'm thinking it's right past this Barrow and over this hill. If I remember right, she's standing underneath a tree. Okay, yep. Believe it's right over there. The Crebine are up in the trees, and she should be standing in front of that Barrow. So let's head down that way and see what we find. I believe this is just the cliff overlooking the path into the forest. Yeah, it's the forest road down there. Right down here is where we want to go. There's a Barghast and a crawler. Can I get past them without drawing their attention? Alright, Gnarlo, let's act like a burglar here. That Barrow crawler is going to be a pain, aren't you? Alright, there we go. You see the Crebine scouts? And there's their master. Andrast, servant of Angmar. And remember, Angmar is the evil kingdom to the north, up above the Breland and all here. It is where, back in the ancient days, the ancient past, right up in here, it's where in the ancient days the Witch King, the leader of the Nazgul, had his kingdom and his fortress. So as you see, she's a servant of Angmar. Alright. Fool, did you think that my pets would not learn that the ring now travels east in the hands of Baggins? You have failed utterly. When the Master of the Nine returns, he will learn of this, and of your untimely death. Now, come, my pets. Well, you know that I'm here, but you don't seem to be able to see me, so let's hit you first. What you mean, invalid target? Do I have to uncloak? Yes, I have to uncloak. Time to eat something. Alright, now take out the master, or the mistress. And Andrast goes down. Alright. Let's loot everything. Is that all the stuff on them? Get her. They don't pay you very well in Angmar, do they? Alright. So I would imagine, yes, we have to go back and talk to Tom Bombadil. So we're going to cloak up. Boy, I'm glad we cloaked up in a hurry. She very quickly regens there. Alright, so we're going to head back to the forest road. And in fact, I think I'll just jump over the ledge here rather than work my way back along the top of the cliff. It shouldn't be a fatal drop. It'll probably just give me a nasty limp. And a nasty crunch as we hit the bottom. And it didn't even do that. Okay. So we're going to travel on the forest road here, the old Barrows road. And next stop will be Tom Bombadil's house. And there is a friendly sight to behold in these parts, Tom's house. Being daytime, you'll actually find him outside of his house, singing and prancing away down the hill. There he is. Alright, let's talk to Tom and let him know we have found the master. Oh, Tom. Stop prancing already. There we go. Alright. Let me talk to you.
He do, merry do, my hearty.
He do, merry do yourself. Ho there, stay a while. Are you still a-hurried? Orthrengroth, you say? That's a dark place, full of dark wights, and you've no need of going. If you must, and I'll not be staying you. Very well, come closer, and I'll be telling you. Oops, gotta choose one. Sorry, Tom. Can't use the runestone, can't use the two-handed club, so it looks like we will be picking Talang. And Talang will probably actually replace Hawkling's knife. Or maybe Adso's blade. Yeah, the vitality would be a nice one, so we'll take that.
Hello, friend. Can I help you with something?
Chapter 11, Orthrengroth. The Great Barrow is not a place for weak hearts or frail limbs. Wicked wights and evil lords make merry in their terror. They've never caught old Tom, and never will they. Here's the master. If you be a-going, Tom will take you. So, Chapter 11, Orthrengroth, which is the Great Barrow Downs.
He do, merry do, my hearty.
Well, my merry fellow, ready to go a-leaping over Barrows? Skip along, and we'll sing a song that will make the dark ones rattle. Let's travel later. Alright, so we finished up Chapter 10. Next time along, we can do Chapter 11. Let me check a look here. And it is a level 21 quest. Okay. Like I said before, I always like to be on a level with the quest. So we'll probably finish up a couple of these blue quests, like New Trouble in the Old Forest and all, and see if we can't hit level 21 before we go into the Great Barrow. I've been there before. I know I could do it with my Guardian, but judging by how tough the Mistress and her crows were, might be a little bit hard for a burglar who's a level below it. So, that's what we'll do next time. The next video up, I'm going to be examining some of the 5th anniversary festival that's going on. You've got 4 more days to take advantage of that and to get the items that we need to get. And I'll also be showing off the horses that I've gotten through my primary Glennoran. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. And bye-bye.